bearing on how the food is going to actually be. What? Yeah, that's not a bad way to do it. Yeah, it's like porn playing in the background. Yeah, you just hearing like, oh, maybe I've just revealed a dark, terrible secret. You're not doing it fast enough. Oh, are we? I was going to ask you. Please let me know when we begin streaming. Okay. Well, lady. Oh, really? Oh, so that okay. For the record, that is not how I masturbate. I can't. Yeah. Shut up. Anyways, so uh, so let's talk about Salem and the production that's going on. Is there anything that you would like to know, Table, that you have not been privy to thus far? Yeah, that's kind of how I figured we'd do it. It was just kind of like a little impromptu. Hey, you know what? Be reasonable with the questions because I can't give away all the trade secrets. Yeah, I know you'll yeah. Um, so like just a little bit off the top. So for those of you that don't know, Salem was a game that I made with a team, marble team, um, on Newgrounds and Congregate and Armor Games and a few other little outlets like that. I'm the voice actor and I co-wrote it. I'm Zip. I'm Zip, the little demon. And Anselm, which is not much different from my voice. It's just him. It's just me out of breath, just going like, "What?" um, uh, I came on after all that. Lambros, who is the programmer and the initial writer, um, he gave me the script, and I knew what he was going for, but it was very broad. And so I just tried to trim the fat and get it down to like a really understandable premise. And at the time, I didn't know Lambros that well. And so I latched onto Zip and mostly wrote for him. I didn't want to change too much of the story or overstep my boundaries at the time. So I mostly just wrote for Zip, and touched him up because like the humor was there, but it didn't have a punch to it, and so that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to like salvage Zip specifically because I knew what he was trying to do. I just kind of gave it a voice, like, and I don't mean that I just supplied the voice, but like I tried to give it more Yeah, it, like I said, like I know what he was trying to do. Like I knew what he was trying to do. So it was just taking that and just giving it that nudge in the right direction. And I think we found the right balance between like what he originally wanted and like what I brought to the table and things like that. So so yeah, and then as time went on, I just got more and more responsibilities, and eventually I was like, "Can I just be a co-director? Like, can I just get that title?" I think I've earned it at this point, and they're like, "Yeah, whatever. It's just a title." That came during after the production of Home. I have no idea who will actually know any of the behind the scenes stuff that was going on, or like followed Lambros or myself or any of that stuff. But we were working on a game called Home, and it was written by me and directed by me. And it featured Kyle A. Baird, the voice of Gohan from Dragon Ball Z, and he's also Ryu from Street Fighter. It featured the voice of John Bailey from Honest Trailers. He and I are good buddies. We go and watch movies together all the time. And it featured Abby Cluster, who is the daughter of the original Cobra Commander from G.I. Joe series. Um, and that game, we were working on that at the time. And we'd been working on it for like a year. And we kind of like had a very, very largely finished initial prototype. And it just was not fun. Like it was a puzzle game, and it was just not great. It was just not fun to play. It was kind of trial by error, but not in like a fun Abe's Odyssey kind of way. There was just this. I can't really explain what didn't gel with it, but it just wasn't gelling. Um, so we eventually scrapped that, and we started talking about Salem again, and we were just like, what were we missing about Salem? Because with Salem we had this and that, and we were just talking about the exchange of that. And it's just like, yeah, you know what? There's a lot we never really got to do with Salem because of our time constraints. We were trying to get it out before Halloween, and so we just started to talk about Salem again. And I was like, you know what? Maybe we should just. We have all the assets. We know what the game is now. Like all we have to do is just kind of build upon that. And so that's what we're doing. We're remaking Salem, and we're gonna try and go for a Steam sale audience thing. And it's a much bigger game and a much larger wish list, and it's gonna be way better. Yeah, I've actually made announcements on Newgrounds. If anyone wants to go to my page, it's just Odell Atkinson, which is difficult to spell, but it's ODELLATKINSON. Um, sure. Yeah, it's just my news feed. But so the original script is about 20 pages, I think, 25 pages. We're up to 50 now, so it's twice. There's a lot more going on. Some of that is just level descriptions. Some of it is additional dialogue. There's a lot more dialogue. We gave Anselm a lot more to say and a lot more to do, because as I jokingly say on Newgrounds, like he literally the whole game just goes what like that's Anselm. That's all he ever brings to the table. It's just Zip kind of talking to himself. Um, uh, yeah, so that's the one of the major differences is Anselm has way more personality, way more character, way more to do. There's much better back and forth between him and Zip. Um, more monsters. There's going to be much more monsters instead of just the. What did we have? Only two? I think we only had zombies. Yeah, yeah. There's more. There's more monsters. Let me jump on the live stream too, so I can see messages incoming. Yeah, cool. Um, yeah. Yeah, more creatures. There's more mechanics featuring the lantern. Um, where the pentagrams are going to be much better. It's going to be a much better system. They're going to be larger. It's going to be a much more involved kind of battle system. Um, and I think just it's yeah I really think it's going to be like way better. It's going to feel like a sequel in that like we introduced these mechanics and then we built upon them. You know how like I can't. No game comes to mind right now, of course. Um, but like how just a sequel can just be so much better than the first one because it's almost completes like the wish list that they had. It's pretty much kind of our attitude with this. Um, so that's one of the. So those are like the main things. Like the mechanics are a little bit more fleshed out. They're much larger in scale. There's way more writing. There's way more levels where there's sewer stuff. We go into the sewers now. That's one of the new locations. Um, and I'll leave it at that. Like there's not just one room per level now. It's a much larger town. Salem is in this version. Hi Zoe Nations. Yeah, that was fun. By the way, I really enjoyed doing that in character, playing the game in character. Yeah, let's just every year, just hello, we're playing the damn game again. Nothing new has happened. Yeah, yeah. Hmm. Um, so yeah, so production is underway. We've got our prototype running right now. The lantern. We've got really great. We're working in Unity now instead of Flash. Salem is done in Flash. We're working in Unity, and the lighting effects are really really cool. To where like there's shadows cast and things like that. Like it's going to be a beautiful game. Like it's really important that we capture light because it's such an integral part of the story. Just with this lantern, and I think just the visual representation of all that is going to be much more vibrant and in focus. Um, I wouldn't say it's the atmosphere. You could say that, but it's more of just like layers of just kind of development. I Yeah, I mean the atmosphere is going to be a little different. Um, I don't know. Yeah, I can't really say like if I can't. The settings are definitely more dynamic, but I don't know that I can speak to its effect because I can't look at it objectively because I'm involved in it so much. So I can't say like, oh, it's going to be like so much better. I mean, it's going to be better, but like I don't know, you guys might just hate it. I have no idea. Um, yeah, but I think it's fucking awesome. I think it's going to be really awesome. I'm really excited. Um, uh, they think I'm reading. Where's my copy of Harry Potter? I'll start reading from that. Jesus. Uh, yeah, hold on. There's got to be a Bible handy somewhere I can start reading from. Let's just ruin this interview from here on out. they, are they? Do they not realize they're on YouTube reading this? um. Uh. Yeah. So I was just talking to Table and saying that like I'm glad he's making content again because it seems like well he and I have been talking and there's kind of been like a little lull there and he's like yeah I started replaying this game and I was like great dude like you need to keep at it again like you got a great audience and it seems like everybody's thirsty for more and is it going on Twitch too? Oh okay. Oh really? Oh no. Okay, so for those of you that can only hear me, I don't know how long this has been going on. Table, his audio isn't feeding through, and I hear him perfectly on my side. Oh, this is devastating. Yeah. Yeah, this has been a half-assed conversation then.
Oh boy.
Is it reading now?
Yeah, it's reading now, and it's gonna
Oh,
take a
it's been
minute
the
to catch
whole
up.
damn time? Oh, I can't believe that.
That's so sad.
Oh, no wonder they thought I was reading.
OBS doesn't really have a default thing, so if I ever unplug the microphone, it forgets the microphone was ever there completely.
Oh no.
So when I plug it back in, but oh god, that's that's
Oh,
that's dumb. I'm a
everyone's like,
sad
where the
man.
fuck is Table? I came here for Table, not this asshole.
Who is this faggot? Why is he making voices on Table's stream? What is
Oh,
this?
yeah. Oh, man.
Did Table get the hacked? Here I was answering questions.
I have to know what everyone thought this was then, because that's just weird.
Like what? What are we listening to?
Why is this guy monologuing?
I don't think that's Table. He sounds
Yeah.
different.
Oh, man. Sorry about that, guys. That's really embarrassing and
That's
annoying.
sucks. I'm
Why why can't anything we do work, Table? We try
because it's
so often to
I
do things,
my stuff's all. I'm gonna have to delete that one. That
and
one. That one's sad.
God, just everything is on fire when it comes to us.
We had we had like a whole interview and everything, and it was going so well.
Yeah, it was really intimate and nice and good questions, by the way. I'm glad no one got to hear them.
Yeah, I've never actually interviewed anyone before, so I thought that I was doing a pretty good job. But now it's all for naught and ruined.
Yeah,
Oh, it's good that you guys can hear me.
yeah,
But
finally.
we were talking about a video game named Salem, which I guess I was answering, but no one heard. That I
Yeah.
played about a couple of years ago, and then this is the voice actor for one of the characters in that game.
Well, all the
Well,
characters.
well, all the characters. Like, this is the
Yeah.
voice actor for Salem, and he played the game with me later on.
Yeah.
And it was a great time. And now they're recreating the game Salem. It's a reimagining. It's great,
Yeah.
and that's what we were talking about this whole time. See,
Jesus.
you got his end of it, so like that was the important stuff.
Yeah. I'm sure it just was really unnatural just hearing me talk about this with no. Ugh. Yeah.
The
Yeah,
character,
he is kind of gremlin like Zip a little bit. It is kind of a Tom Kenny kind of character. Um yeah. Kind of stuff. Oh, actually, I when I recorded Zip's when Zip says his name in demon language, I actually am doing that. I actually am doing a gremlin over it, which is and then another one underneath that. Um, yeah, so there, yeah, it actually is a little gremlin like. There is a gremlin layer in there when he speaks in his what we call forked tongue in the behind the scenes stuff. Uh, yeah, do we need to start this over? Do I need to say everything that I said again?
well, I don't know. It'll just be weird the second time.
Yeah, I guess. That was going so well.
Of course, it had to be
Now,
fucked up.
now I'm like deflated, and I'm just like, just let's just quit.
Stick a fork in me. I'm done.
Yeah, jeez. Ugh, there's always some stupid minor technical BS shit. This is why we can't have nice things, Table.
I've been trying to record a video with this guy for a couple of years now, and there's always an issue.
Yeah, that's
Right.
an understatement.
Like I guess most of the important things that were being said were like on your end, so I think we could technically keep that one up. But
Yeah,
it's going to need some context in the
yeah.
description.
Maybe you could do yeah, an annotation over the whole thing, explaining what happened. That might be the best thing.
I am
Anyways,
such a sad man.
let's not talk about what you're going to do once this is all done. Let's talk about the now. Let's be
What,
present,
like
man.
shoot myself?
I mean, I'm not going to put words in your mouth.
But like yeah, like shoot myself.
Yeah.
I have like a toy popper gun like right here. I can just go ahead and stick this in. There we go. I wish I had poppers for it, but those I don't think they make those anymore.
Yeah.
Anyhow, what's next?
Um, yeah. So Salem. So as I was saying, prototype is up. It's running. We're building levels. I'm drawing maps. We're talking about these new interesting mechanics, which I'm not going to talk about just yet. Um, just because I don't know. I think I just want to leave some intrigue. Like the lantern does more. There's a lot more. The lantern did one thing in the original game. Now it does about 3 or 4 things.
Unfortunately,
Yeah,
we can't really get into that though.
yeah, and it's not like it's just natural. It's just a very natural movement. It's not any additional buttons. It's not any additional combos or anything like that. It's just interface. There's like different interfaces with the lantern now. Uh, yeah, so I'm really excited to start experimenting with that stuff. Once we get that far along in the prototype. Right now, we're just kind of level building, like I said, and kind of getting everything lined up. And we have a bestiary now because there's more than 2 monsters. And yeah, yeah.
I also realized something terrible though.
What's that?
The first stream, you know how we opened like with a minute of solid,
Oh,
like
it's just me talking about jacking off and stuff now.
yeah, it's just talking about you. It's just you talking about jacking off,
Oh my god.
and like how you don't jack off a certain way that they can't hear about.
Yeah. Oh my god. Uh.
I hope.
Yeah. Hold on.
I think
Yeah.
I'm
I
gonna
don't.
have to keep it now.
Yeah. The game. We got to get it greenlit for Steam, but we're going to go for a green light. I might try and do some backroom deals with some distribution people, so I can't talk about that. But I would like to speak to some other game developers, very well-known game developers, and see if they just want to do no work, but let us use their name as a platform, um, and
Like
just have them take a cut for that.
just have them like publish the thing.
Pretty much, yeah. Just be the publishers of it.
Oh, good. Like the first thing that they heard coming into the stream were you making those sounds with your mouth.
I'm sure. Yeah. God.
Yay!
Yeah. So for those of you that have not played the game and are not like currently playing it, it's very much like Undertale before Undertale is kind of a thing. Like I don't know. Is that a fair statement? Table? Do you think? At least the humor is kind of Undertale-y.
Sort of. I'd say I'd say in Undertale it's sort of a weird type of meta slash like really sarcastic.
It is meta. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's very anti-tropey.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Zip is very much aware of himself and like what he is kind of Deadpool-y a little bit.
like a tad.
A tad. It's not fourth wall breaking, but like when it comes to the humor, Zip can get away with a lot more than Anselm could, as
Right.
far as writing goes. I can't
Like
have Anselm talk about um, like video games or like gaming in general. Zip could. Anselm, there's no way.
like Anselm would just be very confused.
Exactly, and that would kind of be the punchline: is that like you're in on the joke uh, with Zip. It's kind of yeah, it is very meta, isn't it?
Yeah. Like
I'm learning new things
you
about
couldn't
my
get
own
away
game.
with Anselm being like whacking crazy.
Yeah,
Otherwise, the game is just like, well, I can't get into this gameplay anymore.
yeah. Um, yeah. So, other than that, it's just plugging along.
Well, it's
Um,
good to hear. Do you know? Are there any prospects on when it might be released?
Not right now. Uh, we've part of the problems that we've had in the past with our productions is we keep trying to meet these deadlines, and just our lives just do not accommodate for deadlines. Um,
Never.
like me and Lambros, he was working a day shift, I was working a night shift, then we were both on night shifts, and then we were both sleeping at the same time, and then going into work, so we never got anything done. So there's us constantly doing that. Me moving to California, me moving 5 or 6 times since I've been in California. It's just there has deadlines is just not uh, something that we can get down really.
Mhm.
Not to say that we don't have like ideas of when to get things done. Like we have short term goals.
Right.
That's kind of the best way to put that. Is it's like we have short term goals, and once we meet that, we just go on to the next thing.
That works. And Narwhal Pigeon wants to know how big is the general team that works on the game?
Overall, Salem had about 6 people on it, and that's including the 2 musicians, the 2 programmers, 1 artist, and me doing sound. Along, no, I guess it was just me kind of doing sound and the voice acting. What is that? 5 or 6 people. We're cut back. We're doing the original. The one of the guys from the original score, the guy that did the more um, retro sounding stuff. He's coming back. He's going to be doing the music. Uh, the same artist, same programmer, and me. So just 4 now. We lost we 2 others. We'll probably bring them back once we get further down in the line of progress.
Okay.
Um, Jimmy is my friend. He did all the boss music in the original version, and I want to have him come back and do our final boss again, possibly.
Do you think that having a smaller team for a bigger project's going to pose any big problems?
No more than it did last time, because I think our roles are really defined. I think if anything might slow it down, is that we just have one less programmer, and that's just the nature of that.
Right.
Um, it is just Lambros. Last time it was him and another guy named Aaron Morris, who's a really good programmer up in Canada. Um, but we've been progressing just fine as it stands. I wouldn't know. I'm not a Narwhal asked how difficult was it to transition from Flash to Unity. I wouldn't know. It's not my side of things. I have an understanding. From what I understand from what Lambros says, Unity is a much easier engine to work in. It seems like it's a much more pliable and measured system. Um, from what I see from like screen captures and little things he showed me when he first moved into Unity.
And
Uh,
I expect that moving to Unity is going to be a must, seeing as
and yeah,
how
yeah,
Chrome doesn't actually support Flash anymore.
yeah. That's
So
definitely another thing that pushed us towards that as well.
right. Plus,
Uh,
Unity is much more like at this point universally accepted.
yeah, definitely. Um, so yeah, I'm really excited to like kind of get it on Unity and just kind of we got a lot of great feedback on Newgrounds and the respective places we posted it, and I really want to get back to that. I just kind of want to make games just to see how it's received, even if it's bad. Like I don't know. So I do YouTube stuff, and I do movie analysis, and so I take great pride in my writing, and so taking this and making it bigger, I think I want to see how it plays to the audience.
As long as you're not charging early access for your shit, right?
No, there's none of that shit. No, it's going to be a straight release.
Well, it's good to hear that you have a bunch of this stuff relatively planned out.
Yeah, it's all pretty well planned out. We have an Evernote page just full of stuff. Um, uh, yeah, we have polished stuff that we want to do at the end. See, if we have time to do things like having an actual bestiary in the game, and little things like that. Because Jay, our artist, would do an amazing book, I'm sure, that would like roll onto screen, open itself. And I just imagining like what incredible, gorgeous tome he would draw.
And I do have a question concerning the other members of the team. If
Yeah.
it would be if at all possible, if we decide we want to really talk about Salem, if I could possibly get somebody else in here also for an interview.
I'm sure that could be arranged.
That would be neat.
Um, uh, Jay's from what I gather, Jay's pretty shy. I know he's had a few articles written about him. Um, and Lambros is pretty cool guy. I'm sure he wouldn't mind doing it. Yeah, yeah, I can talk to him.
That'd be
I can
cool.
that.
And Narwhal Pigeon asks, do you generally think it's going to be a good game with the audience personality-wise?
I saw that question. I kind of don't understand what he or she is.
Narwhal, do you think you could possibly rephrase that last part? Like, what is personality-wise?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting at.
I was hoping you'd understand it more than I did, but that's fine.
I've been sitting here quietly contemplating it and going, am I stupid or am I just not understanding?
But yeah, hopefully we can get that question rephrased.
Yeah, it's like it's missing a comma or something in there.
That's fine. And I still have about 30 minutes, so we're fine on time.
Cool. This interview is best enjoyed with Skittles and Fanta, by the way.
Which I have neither of those, and now I'm really sad I don't. Thanks a lot, asshole.
Oh, in the new version or the old version? So Narwhal asked, do you think emotionally the player can relate with any of the characters or at least find value in them? So I need to know if they mean the previous installation or the new installation. And I know that there's a delay between the stuff, so that's never easy.
Good choice on the Fanta.
Good choice on the Fanta.
Maybe you could draw a parallel between what you think that, like how much more the characters will be able to, or maybe not be able to relate to the newer ones.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think we're going to explore more background and more depth with the characters, and because there is more interaction between the two, there's going to be a much greater character development that you can follow along and kind of see rise and fall as these things always do. Yeah, I definitely think there's going to be a much different involvement with the characters. I think with the original installation, it was all about just kind of having a fun ride. You're just kind of along for the ride of Zip just kind of trash talking Anselm.
Yes.
And in this new installation, there's still definitely that. I mean, there's a lot of it.
Yeah. But now there's going to be some more meaningful stuff.
But now there's a lot. There's actual meaningful things that occur between the characters, and they talk, and there's a much larger overall message that can kind of be gleaned from it. Yeah.
There's some romance options.
I think I heard that there's actually what is it? Rule 40. What is it? 42.
Rule 34.
34. Rule 34. I actually heard that there was a Rule 34. No, it was a fan a fan novel, a romantic one between Anselm and Zip.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Yeah, I think Lambros came across it.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I never read it or anything. I should probably look for it.
Read that live on stream?
Oh my god, in character.
I would do it.
Yeah.
No, you
Oh my
should do
god.
like that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
You could find that. We could just read that out. You could read that out, and I just listen to it. I would just like watch in horror and fascination.
There's a little fan art out there which we love. I really really love seeing fan art.
I've seen some fan art, but not in any like shady locations. If you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah. I had heard there's I think if you Google zip Salem, somebody made a Minecraft skin of Zip.
Ooh,
Yeah, it actually looks pretty good too. It's actually like pretty fairly detailed and things like that.
nice.
Zoe Nations asks, "What has been the toughest obstacle so far for us guys?" Probably just getting our schedules together to kind of work on things. That's kind of the toughest thing. Is
It,
we both have day jobs, and mine is killing me slowly. Lambros seems to have a better grasp on his things. He actually makes money at his. He can afford a lifestyle with his.
isn't
I'm.
scheduling always just the way?
It really is when it comes to production. Um,
You guys should you guys should hear how long it took me and Odell here how long it took us to actually record the second Salem playthrough. Between whenever he first brought the idea to me and whenever we actually did it, it had been like close to a year.
uh, Sorry, I had to tell my girlfriend I was talking. What happened? What was this?
Um, in terms of scheduling, how long it took between you suggesting we should record a second playthrough of Salem and whenever we actually did it,
Yeah, it was a long while.
it took like a year.
Was it really that long?
It was really that long.
I guess it was. Yeah, I kept putting it off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it took like every time it's like, hey, you want to do that thing? It's like, I gotta do a thing.
yeah. I was very busy back during those days. See, that was when I was busy with other work, other voiceover work and video games and things like that. Now I'm just like, just I want to die. And that's my delays now.
I would like to
Uh,
pass quietly underneath the bridge that I grew up over.
that's it's going to be a blaze of glory, if anything. Um, yeah. Yeah.
So scheduling, yes,
Scheduling is
always scheduling.
always a problem. Always going to be a problem in development with things.
But one of the less harmful problems that you could have,
Yeah, that's true.
as
It's better
opposed,
than having like a divisive teammate or something like that.
like I want to do this. I have a different vision than these people.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, and instead of being like, I'm gonna go make a different game, they're just like, no, we've already made progress on this one, and now I want to ruin it.
yeah. My girlfriend is on a team of uh, of people making an Undertale dating sim.
Oh boy.
Um,
Oh,
Great art. My girlfriend went to Art Center, which is like one of the high top tier California schools for art. It's like Disney recruits out of there. Um, and one I won't go into too much details, but one person on the team just went completely ballistic and like tried to sabotage a lot of stuff, and yeah, it's a big team, and I think that that's their undoing for a passion project like this.
that's a problem.
They've got like 50 people on it, and it's like, yeah. And a lot of people doing the same job, so there's a lot of toe stepping.
Ouch.
Programmer says, "Hey, I love your vids."
I love my vids too, except that's a lie, and I don't really. Normal Pigeon says, "Are you a procrastinator?"
Yes.
Which
Next
one?
question.
Yes, both. All.
Procrastinator? No, not really. Um, I have been procrastinating with voiceover work. I've been doing YouTube stuff and editing and trying to get a storyboard reel together to try and get into the industry that way. Um, no, I don't think I'm a procrastinator though.
I personally, like with my own business, I'm a procrastinator, but like whenever it comes to other people, I'm usually very punctual.
That's kind of how I am too. Yeah, yeah.
And what games do you like to play on the side?
Well, right now Pokemon Moon.
I want
I
that game.
I've been really enjoying it. It's been great. I watched everything as it released, and at a certain point, I very towards the end, I was just like, okay, I can't know any more about this game because I'm just going to ruin it for myself. Like nothing is going to be a secret, and I think that that's the best way to play that game. Honestly, is like not knowing what the new evolutions are and things like that. Um, yeah, it's been wonderful so far because there's some Pokemon that I've caught that I don't know what they look like when they evolve. So I'm like grinding to fucking get this fucking little poison gecko fucking evolve just to see how fucking cool he is. Fuck.
For me,
Yeah.
I I know what the starters are, but on the like image sharing websites that I go to like
Mhm.
look at hot and dank memes, I specifically have Pokemon tags completely scrubbed, so I don't say any Pokemon stuff because I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I know.
And which
The game is surprisingly very well thought out and planned. It's very well constructed.
what's your favorite Pokemon?
Like species Pokemon
I guess
or
so.
like
Like just
game.
I think I think species.
Right now, I really love. There's two of the new Pokemon that I never had any connection to, but I am absolutely in love with them now. Um, there's Grubbin, which is just this little caterpillar with big pincers. For some reason, I'm just absolutely in love with this little bastard. I think he's so cute, and he like wears like a little onesie, and it's just so cute. And so I like take exceptional care of this one little Pokemon because he's just so cute. Um, and the other one is there's a crab Pokemon that's like a boxer, and like one of his eyes is like blacked out, and he's like always at like a 1920s fisticuffs like pugilist
Oh God.
thing,
Oh no.
and he's called Crab Roller. And right now he's like my absolute favorite Pokemon, and I like gave mine a backstory and everything. So that he's an Irish drunk who beat his wife and she left him, and so he dulls the pain by drinking more, which just is this vicious cycle with him. And so I take a specific delight in beating fairy Pokemons with him. and, and anytime I KO something, I'm like, oh, you fucking fairy, get the fuck out of here with that shite, and just stuff like that.
So like he's not just battling; he's just like having a bar fight with every
Yeah,
Pokemon you
like
send him against.
he just thinks he just wants this get the fuck out of my face, you fag, stuff like
You
that.
don't even give him instructions; he just starts punching until they stop.
Yeah, pretty much.
We got a few questions here. Would you guys be interested in doing this on Twitch or just YouTube? I have no
YouTube has Table's got an audience on YouTube, so that's kind of why we did it here.
idea. People on Twitch don't know me. They don't. Plus, I'd have to be playing video games. Why would I do that?
Yeah. Uh,
Which
and also OBS was set up for the instant YouTubery, so
which
that's kind
was,
of what we did too.
to be honest, an accident whenever I first did it. So,
Yeah.
um, as for my favorite Pokemon,
Yeah.
oh, that's a really good question. Like what? Like I had this weird thing when I was younger, where if I
Yeah.
liked a specific type of Pokemon, I would just breed a whole team of that one Pokemon.
Oh.
And whenever Pichu came out, I just had like a whole team of Pichus. It's
That's
like
cute.
this is big team of Pichus. And then after you know Lucario, right?
Yeah.
Is like the unevolved form
The
of Lucario,
real.
Riolu. I also had a team of Riolus after he came out.
Uh-huh.
Um, but I think now if I look back on it, like one of my most favorite Pokemon, which I don't
This
know,
is
like
important. You got to choose the right one.
well, I'm thinking because it's like I don't know what the reason is. I just like execute a lot. Like it's just like a bowl of eggs.
Yeah, I wouldn't have picked that one.
I know.
That's
I
for.
just don't know why. I just like execute as a
Um.
Pokemon.
Yeah. Gen 1, Gengar was my jam. Blastoise was my jam.
I just liked Ghastly.
Ghastly's always been cool. Yeah. Oh, Alakazam. Yeah, Alakazam and Gengar. Even though they're like top tier Pokemon, I always loved them before stats meant anything to me. You know.
Yeah, like I've actually the stats still don't mean anything to me. I just like the Pokemon because they look cool.
I just try and have a diverse team. Like for instance, Grubbin, who is an electric bug type or becomes an electric bug type.
Right.
Like that's just because I don't ever carry bug or electric types with me, so to get him in this one great cool package, and I think his stats are pretty fair from what I remember. I haven't looked into it.
Hello, Dan QZ.
Yeah,
And
or is that Danks? Donks?
Donkus, Donkus,
Donkus?
Donkushan.
Donkus? Yeah.
The, but okay. So have you've played any of the Fallout games, right?
Only four. It's the only one I've played.
That's fine. Have you ever like role played? Like you take a character, but you make them specifically around one thing and give them a backstory.
Um,
Like
I think I know. I do that in Skyrim. Yeah.
like you know what I'm talking about though.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Sometimes I do that for Pokemon,
Uh-huh.
where like you know how like a gym like has one specific type of Pokemon. Like sometimes I
Yes.
there's a bug catcher Jimmy, and he like has bug Pokemon. Sometimes I actually just make a character that catches and trains like one specific type of Pokemon. Like not because I don't like I'm not trying to build like just a stat effective team for every situation. I'm like, okay, what
Right.
if this character of mine actually just wanted to have like a whole flying team?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he just loves flying Pokemon, so he has flying. Oh, you're Mac Robinson. I know who you are. What's up? How you doing, you son of a bitch?
uh,
Sexy little sausage man. It's fine. Good.
as which we'll go back up to these questions. Which starter did I pick and why? Rowlet, because his third evolution isn't designed like a flaming pile of
Don't
used condoms.
don't. I don't know anything about the evolutions.
That's all I'm gonna say then. The water one is okay. I don't think it. I think they could have done something a little different.
And if I had the game, I would probably have picked Rowlet too because Rowlet's adorable looking.
Yeah, I mean Rowlet is great. His final evolution is really badass too.
Like Fire Kitty is adorable, but I also like the round like it's literally just a ball of owl.
Also, I love ghost Pokemon, and Rowlet becomes a ghost plant Pokemon.
You gotta ruin this.
That's not ruining.
It's so. I mean,
That's the least obnoxious thing I could say about it.
ghost plant,
Yeah,
and it's a bird,
and it's a
but
bird,
it's not flying.
but it's not flying.
It's okay. It's great. It's great. It's
Yeah.
good.
Uh,
It's weird for a starter to turn into a ghost type. Like
I know, but that's
not
why. But I love ghost types, so I'm just pleased as punch.
bet. Like
They really shot themselves in the foot when they made Ghost weak to Ghost, and they kind of just screwed that whole thing up.
I'd say that my favorite like types are probably the purplish ones. I like dark types and ghost types and poison type.
This drives
Pokemon.
me crazy. I know Ghost Pokemon are weak to Dark,
Hmm.
which makes no fucking sense.
Right.
I think they're also weak to Poison, or something like that.
I have no idea.
Can't remember.
At least it's not weak to psychic. Wait, no, it is weak to psychic. Wait. Ghost. No, hang on. Ghost is
no strong against Psychic because
right.
you're making them. They're weak to bugs and ghosts, things that the mind is afraid of.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way you got to think of it. Yeah, but I don't.
What was the red dragon is called Pikachu? What is the little yellow rat called? The light purple thing with telekinesis is called Pikachu. I don't think that's right.
The little yellow rat was called Ash Ketchum.
The
Next question.
little yellow rat was his pet Misty.
Yeah.
But Firefang, it's remember when Ash caught a Pumbloom?
A what?
A Pumbloom, Pumbloom, the Pokemon Pumbloom.
So to answer your question, the other games I play.
Ask Ketchup.
Um, what are some other games I play? I just play retro games. I'm so tired of first person shooters, and that's all there is
Hmm.
anymore. Uh, I can't do it anymore. I can't do it.
Bye,
Uh,
Narwhal Pigeon. I love you. Here's some kisses from me.
yeah,
Mwah.
thank you for your questions, Narwhal Pigeon.
Uh.
I think pro gamer is just having a stroke now.
It's called Sgardnander. I mean Charmander. No, he was fine. He recovered from his stroke, like stalling in an
Yeah,
airplane.
someone put a wallet in his mouth, and he was okay.
Which there actually is no reason to do that.
Is that right?
You don't ever stick your fingers or anything
Well, I know
in,
you don't put your fingers, but I thought
or
you were supposed to put your wallet in somebody's mouth to keep them from choking on their tongue.
like if they're having like they won't actually choke on their tongue. That's a myth.
Ah,
Like don't try to restrain them. Don't hold them down. Put them on their side, and that's it. Wait it
yeah,
out and call 911. Don't
yeah.
stick anything in their mouth. What table? Yeah, it's always been table. You just said it. You said it when you walked in. But
Is this are you? If he says your name, do you disappear in a puff of magic smoke like Rumpelstiltskin?
like I think I would have co-signed on that curse if my name was more complicated.
Ah, gotcha. Or if they say your name backwards, like that stupid Superman bad guy.
Hey,
Do you know what I'm talking about?
maybe.
There's a so Superman is so poorly constructed a character that they have to create characters that exist in a cartoon dimension that he can fight. And his name is like Zabigga Digga Bugga Bugga or something stupid like that.
Hmm.
And if you say his name backwards, it banishes him back to his cartoon dimension. And he is often voiced by Gilbert Gottfried in the cartoons.
Huh.
So it's like, I'm gonna beat you up, Superman!
Oh my god!
I
Wait,
just don't care for this behavior!
why Gilbert Gottfried?
Because there is no God!
Apparently, Dan QZ knows my name, and it ends in an SE.
Uh,
What starts with T and ends in SE?
I don't know.
I don't even think I can't think of a word that ends in SE or any
I
name.
actually recently learned your actual name, and I don't even remember what it is.
Clarice.
Clarice.
It couldn't. Clarice.
Yeah.
Oh, fine.
I'm gonna eat your liver with fava beans. Yeah.
um, for me, but the games that I play are pretty simple. I play War Thunder and World of Tanks because I'm unoriginal.
You play War of Tanks a lot. Anytime you ask, like, do you want to play a game to me? I'm like, what game? And you're like, War of Tanks, of course.
Well, I stopped asking you that because I know you don't play it.
Yeah.
Um,
But anytime, every time, for a while there.
like I don't know, man. Like you never explicitly was like, "Fuck no."
Yeah.
So that's it's fine. It's good. What are you
Yeah.
talking about, pro gamer?
My Gilbert Gottfried,
Oh,
of
of
course.
course.
That voice!
They love you. You're really loved. It's about
There was
time.
there was there's a Let's Play channel I tried to get off the ground with some girls, my girlfriend and her best friend, and it was called Video Games. And we played Five Nights at Freddy's because they're both big pussies and they freak out at everything. And what's the birdie, the chicken, the yellow bird in Five Nights?
Chica,
Chica.
the duck.
I voiced her anytime she'd show up, he'd be like, "Yeah, I do Gilbert Gottfried." Like, I'm down the hallway now.
Oh no.
Surprise! I'm outside the window. Yeah. Good times. Oh yeah, I was cross-dressing in that. That was the hook of the thing. Video dames, and I had to be a
Yes.
dame too, so I was dressed as a girl.
Yes. I remember the preview for that.
Yeah, I know. We had very many technical difficulties with that too, which is why it never launched.
Preview seemed to be so good.
It was. I still stand by that playthrough that it could have been and should be great. So if you guys want to just get on YouTube and look up video dames and comment and be like, this has to happen, make this happen.
And then it never does.
And it never will, yeah. I just can't edit it and be in charge of everything. I do too much. So one of the girls would have to do it.
And would they?
I think if it kind of took off and like suddenly became a thing, I think it could.
Yeah. Or if you were super popular, you could just outsource an editor.
That would be, yeah, that would be ideal.
You take care of this. It's fine. Fuck. Like in terms of like creativity and other bullshit, like I'm not sure what to do beyond just this stuff. Like I'm thinking about having more people on and maybe stream more, see where that goes.
Yeah. Well, 80 views for a black screen.
Yeah, no, like 80 like I recorded something on accident last time and it has 80 views and 2 thumbs up and people commented on it and they were like, "Oh, man, that's pretty good."
Yeah. Oh boy. So yeah, I don't know. Like you do you, bro. You just keep making videos. Like, yeah, I don't know. You seem. I'm jealous of your viewership. I'm
Like
very jealous.
me too.
Yeah, I think that you just need to do more content, and the world will be your oyster.
I wish I had an oyster.
Well, are you allergic?
No,
Well, then you should have no problems.
I'm not allergic to nothing,
Oh boy.
which means I'm allergic to literally everything. I'm in a hermetically sealed tube.
I get it.
Let's see.
Only the sciencey folk will get that joke.
I'm quite sciencey, and a lot of the people miss my jokes in all my playthroughs.
Mm,
It makes me so sad.
yeah,
This isn't Couch App.
yeah.
I don't even own my own couch. Well, hang on. No, I don't. I sold that couch because I needed. I have to make the videos an hour long, otherwise not enough shit happens. Like it's literally a point and click slow adventure thing. It takes forever to do stuff.
Maybe you just need me to come in and read over it as Gilbert Gottfried, just to fill the gaps.
That'd be fine.
Let's just do a playthrough with Gilbert Gottfried and you.
Actually, I had a terrible idea at one point, where what you do is, I think Team 4 Star already kind of did it,
Uh-huh.
where you do playthroughs with like a dude, like somebody with you, and you have to like pick a persona and stick with the persona and the voice throughout the whole video.
Uh-huh.
Like every video is just a new character.
Yeah.
Like even if it's just like a trope and not like a specific character, you just have to do it. Like a vampire from Transylvania. Like you just gotta go through with it the whole time.
Yeah.
You break character, you fail.
No, it's just always Gilbert Gottfried every time. Every time. What's behind that door?
I'm so scared.
I think I just shit my pants.
What time is it? 7? Okay, fine.
We got to wrap up.
We're good. I only have to leave at like 7:30. So I'd say another 15 minutes should be fine. Then I'll get ready to leave.
Okay.
My roommate crashed his car.
Oh, jeez.
The son of a bitch. So I have to go pick him up, and his work is forever away.
Mm. That's Glenn. Glenn did that?
Don't say his name on the stream.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that was.
I said my roommate to keep that from happening.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, now they
No.
know his social security number and his identity is breached.
I like one of his things was like you can create videos on my computer, but just don't tell them my name.
Oh,
Like that was his like one thing.
oh. Well, I didn't know that
You
stipulation.
fucked it.
I didn't know the stipulation.
Now
That's
it's
what he gets for lending you his computer.
and you know he also watches my videos.
Oh.
He watches the shit out of them.
Roommate, I apologize.
Now I'm fucked. Next time you hear from me, it's gonna be from the bottom of a ditch. It's too late, Dan Quezzy. It's too late. The contract has been violated, and soon so shall be my asshole.
We don't go over the border, and they don't come over our border. That's the way it works.
There is no God for them to violate the contract. I'm gonna die. Oh, good. Thanks, Dan. Oh, about Glenn. Cool. Sweet. That's gonna be like the comment on every fucking video now.
Yeah.
I'm in
So
trouble.
why doesn't why doesn't the roommate want his name said?
Not super social.
Oh, well, whoopty shit.
Even if it's his name.
Oh my God.
I don't tell people my name.
Even the secret agent James Bond, everybody knows his name. It's okay.
It's Bims Jones.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
No.
even I'm not I don't even like just do my name or my face. Which eventually, if I get enough of a viewership, I'm gonna get that comment nonstop.
Yeah.
Can I see your face? What is your face? Reveal your face, you silly son of a bitch.
I need to know what I'm beating off to.
If only my voice were that silly.
Oh, goodness
Just a
gracious.
just a whack offable voice.
Yeah. Like, hello, I'm Markiplier. What are we going to play today? We're going to play a little game I picked up the other day on Steam.
My name's Markiplier.
Yes, I have different colored hair now.
Markiplier. With the deepest voice imaginable.
Yeah, he's a guy, though.
Enunciate. Get it. You're spooking the children.
There's something hypnotic about Markiplier. Yeah, he does have a very electric personality.
Might even say eclectic.
No, not me. I would never say that about Markiplier.
I would say that about people because I use words that I like. Do you ever use like super big words?
Yes, all the time actually. My favorite word in the English language is ennui.
Ennui?
Ennui. It's a French word, but it's in the English lexicon.
Yeah. My favorite word.
I love
Well,
the way it's spelled too. So the word is ennui, but it's spelled Ennui. And I just love that word. It's like a boredom.
just the ennui of the
Yeah,
afternoon.
exactly.
Yeah. I
Yeah, the rainy day created an ennui for the children.
um my favorite word I can't recall right now, but I do know the two longest words in a dictionary.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism?
That
Isn't that
one's
one of them?
that one's baby shit in comparison.
Oh, okay.
Like one of them is flossinaucinahilipilification,
Okay.
which is which is pretty much just a whole dialogue on as in the description of that word is basically a dialogue on how useless it is to use a long word in a sentence.
Oh, so it's A Googleplex. It's like a word version of a Googleplex.
Like sort of, but like
Right?
wait,
Like
Googleplex. Well, Googleplex is actually a number. What are you talking about?
I thought a Googleplex was like there's no need to even equate this number because it's so ridiculously long.
A Googleplex is it's a Google of Googles. No, it's not a phobia of long words. It's just saying like like his way of speaking is philosophy which is to say he uses long words just because he can.
How's this spelled?
It's silly. It is made to fuck with people. FLOCCI, N
You
A
lost me.
NAUCI NIHILIFIFICEION.
Do you know what the most repetitious sentence in the English language is?
Go on. Is it buffalo, 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 buffalo?
No.
Okay.
I don't remember, of course, the direct sentence, but it goes along the lines of he had done this.
Oh no.
So it's like he had, you know, but you can
Yes.
apparently do that. I think it's like 16 times in a row,
And it still
and that's
makes sense?
grammatically correct. But 17 times in a row isn't grammatically correct. Like it has to be the specific number, I think.
Well, the longest word, the,
Yeah,
the longest word is a
not
name.
Poffin Poffin Pfeffer Pfeffer.
No, that's actually the second longest at 38 letters.
Okay.
And the longest word has 45 letters.
Okay.
And that word is actually it's a type of lung disease, which
Oh,
is now now you might understand the word better if you know what it means. It's a lung disease caused by like if you inhale like silicone dust.
okay.
Pneumono ultramicroscopic silicovolcanoconiosis.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I almost wouldn't count that because it's clearly a medical term, and any medical term is going to have a large pedigree of Greek in it.
It's a real thing. It's fine. It counts.
I mean,
It's fine.
I don't know.
Ugh.
Anti-establishmentarianism could potentially come up in conversation, everyday conversation.
It could. Like, I don't think you're going to use those other ones.
No, you're not good. Hiffen Pfeffer.
Like, another one is pseudo hypothyroidism.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know why you have the second pseudo in there.
those are those are cheats, if you ask me, when it comes to dictionary length.
Yeah, but I know them.
Because we all like to measure our dictionaries.
Although I believe that anti-disestablishmentarianism only has one letter less than philosophy
Mm.
So it's very close anyway.
How did we come to this?
It's conversation, how it works.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
He's asking about the word for the phobia of long words, which I don't actually know that one, so I'm going to go ahead and look it up. Hippopotamonstrosis kipedalophobia. Oh no, kipedaliophobia.
well, that's just hippo is Greek for horse.
Hippo, hippopotamonstrosis kipedaliophobia. Phobia. Ugh. It's a long fucking word, which I guess is made to fuck with people who have a fear of long words. It's great. I probably should have been like playing a game casually during this whole thing. It's still a blank screen. Like this whole time, it's
Oh,
just been
yeah,
like,
yeah, you're right.
oh well, it's fine. Oh, at most we've actually had 6 viewers, and we're averaging about 4.
Woohoo! Yeah, we have averaged 4 since it started.
Hooray! I actually have like full statistics right here. It's
Oh, cool, cool.
great. We've also ranged about 4 comments a minute at most.
I bet you this one only gets like 30 views compared to the 80
Because
of
I
the
think
accidental streams.
mostly because it's an hour and 9 minutes long.
Yeah, sure. I don't know. I'm enjoying my time.
I think this is going. I think that I'm having a good time as well.
Yeah. Okay. But I do believe I should be leaving because I have not slept since 2 a.m. last night.
Gotta go to bed.
I gotta go to bed.
I sleep. So
Yeah.
in that way, I think this is going to be the end of the stream, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we got an hour down. Deal
And
with.
he and I might do more stuff in the future, and that'll be great.
Yeah, we'll talk about more game development and current games and movies. I gotta talk about movies. Oh my god.
He has a whole series dedicated to movies.
Yeah, I just saw Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and I've never been more frustrated watching a movie in my entire life.
Why is that?
The movie made no sense, and no character had any motivation.
That's the
And
J.K. Rowling one, right?
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
no,
she wrote the screenplay, and that was the first problem. Uh,
because she writes novels, not movies.
exactly.
Wait, is that J.K. Rowling? Is that that is a woman, right?
Yeah,
Okay, just had to make sure.
yeah. I saw Moana. Moana was great. Uh, yeah, I need to see The Arrival and Doctor Strange. Those are my next two.
Doctor Strange, I liked.
I hear good things.
Yes,
Um,
his his bald mommy is pretty neat.
uh, yeah. Fantastic Beasts was just so frustrating to watch. Just so frustrating, and a lot of people have been saying the same.
I might not watch that.
Yeah, I would say go see something else before you go see that.
I saw Doctor Strange.
So if you want to see Moana, go see Moana. If you want to see The Arrival, go see The Arrival. Don't see um, Fantastic Shits.
Fantastic poops and where to flush them.
Yeah, it was not. It was not a good movie, in my opinion. In my
Oh,
very, very thought out opinion,
yes, it's bad.
it was not good.
It's a
It,
bad movie. This is
it
my
was very
opinion.
good. Has anybody else seen Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them and enjoyed it or did not enjoy it? Just like yes or no. And do you plan to see it? Yeah, like oh my god, the character motivations are just non-existent. I still have no idea what the bad guy was
Who
doing.
are these people? Why do I care?
They
Fuck are you?
so there's the no magic guy that's there, and
Muggle?
he Muggle,
Muggle?
but they're called no mage in America.
Oh.
So that was the perfect vehicle to actually carry the story and like explain things through as
That
an audience member. So the audience doesn't know anything about America. They don't know anything about these magic beasts that are never really mentioned in the books. So this Muggle character would have been the perfect vehicle to be like, "What is this guy talking about?" And they're like, "Oh, I forget. You don't know things because you're a Muggle." Well, da 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 da. They never do that.
no.
Uh,
He's just
yeah.
along for the ride and confused the whole time.
So yeah, there's just a lot of like shoehorn dialogue just to explain things.
Huh.
Like, okay, so this has nothing to do with the plot or anything. So this is not technically a spoiler in any regard. And I know spoilers, guys. I hate spoilers. Uh, like the last third of the movie, at the beginning of the last third of the movie. So the beginning of the third act, they're down in the briefcase with the monsters. And one of the girls looks over and sees a picture of a woman, and she's like, "Who's this?" And he's like, "Oh, that's a girl I want to boff." And they're like, "Oh, okay." And that's it.
I want to bang her real bad.
And then at the end of the movie, the one chick is like, "Do you think about that chick?" And he's like, "No." And it's just like, "What? What is happening?"
What did that have to do with anything?
Yeah, like why did this come up? What did that have to do with anything? And there's a lot of that. There's just like J.K. Rowling just wanted to mention family names of characters in the books as fan service, and it does not do well.
Oh yes, the Grangers Malfoy.
Yeah. When
Oh,
she should have
there's
when she should have been fucking focusing on the fucking monsters and where they're at and how to find where they're at.
the fantastic breasts and where to find them.
Because there's an ultimate bad guy monster.
Yeah.
But it's not a monster at all. So the relevance of it to Newt Scamander, the main character, is non-existent. It doesn't make any sense that he would have any interest in this thing.
Spoiler: we didn't know where to find him.
Um, that would have been a better ending.
Where the
He's
fuck
just like,
is he?
I have no idea where this thing is, and that's
Well,
the end of the movie.
movie over. Doctor Strange. Now, I'm not a smoker. I don't smoke marijuana, but it's stoner porn.
I would like to see it high. I don't get high for anything ever, but I think that I would enjoy it on the big screen high.
Like I would say, if you're a purveyor of the marijuana arts, you should probably either go to the movie stoned or watch it at home stoned, because like the story is like the story, and it's nothing revolutionary, but there's a lot of like right there's a lot of fractal. Glenn, you're here. Fuck. Well, there's a lot of fractals,
Yeah,
and there's a lot of colorful lights and shit, and it's stoner porn. Like the whole thing is, I mean, I mean,
it seems like the movie was made for the '60s.
oh boy. But yeah, it's if you want to go and be like, man, I'm so stoned. Go get stoned to Doctor Strange.
Yeah. Uh, don't get high. Don't waste your weed on Fantastic Beasts.
There's no stoner porn there.
No, there's no stoner porn. There's no porn at all.
Whenever you actually watch, oh, he's silently judging. That's fine. Whenever you actually go to see um Doctor Strange, there's I hang on. I had a stream of thought for this and I forgot what it was. Uh, whenever you go see Doctor Strange, just know that there's going to be a lot of neat visuals.
Yeah,
Like it's a very visually pleasing movie,
yeah,
but like it in terms of story, you might as well go watch Iron Man.
gotcha.
It's the same shit.
When you're watching Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, keep in mind that you should not have seen it.
Keep in mind that you have wasted your money.
uh, no, dude, there's every character in it is the most awkward fucking duckling to have ever existed. Newt Scamander doesn't look anyone in the eye, and he mumbles like into his like breast pocket
Oh,
the whole fucking movie.
uh,
Uh, the girl in the movie, I swear she's about to cry at any given second,
I've
and
seen people that look
and
like
it's
that.
not. She's sad. She's just like, would you like some tea? And it's just like, are you okay?
Right?
Is something wrong with the tea?
Why are you sobbing? Stop crying.
Yeah, it was just God. Just the direction of the screenplay was just all over the place. The screenplay, especially, like I have no idea what the bad guy wanted. I have no idea what the bad guy wanted.
Um, yeah, and then Doctor Strange. Oh boy, what was his name?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
over easy Cabbage Patch.
Yes.
Yeah. He plays himself.
Oh, you think so?
Yes. He like for everything that I've seen him in, like it's Benedict Cumberbatch as Benedict Cumberbatch
Yeah.
in so and so.
Yeah.
Everything.
Um,
But that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think that's why they cast him as Doctor Strange.
mm,
But like, just know, if you like Benedict Cumberbatch, he's basically just himself in.
yeah. Are there any Harry Potter fans in the audience? Does anybody know if well, I can't ask that question because it'll be a spoiler.
I read all the books, but I've seen like the movie.
They didn't explain that, Dan QZ. You can assume that that's the case because he's a bad guy and because, of course, but that's never said. It's never really mentioned. So, no, that can't be it.
I'm gonna take your word for it because I don't think that I wanted to see that movie anyway.
I was so excited for this movie, and I was just like, just so, by the end of the movie, I was just resting my chin in my hands
Mm-hmm.
and just watching and just being like, oh my God, just can this be over?
Um, for every movie that I hear of that I think I could be excited for, I always take it with a grain of salt. Ever since The Golden Compass came out,
Oh, yeah.
like you remember that movie, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever read the books?
No.
They skipped about 70% of what was actually in the book.
Well, they had to cut it down. I'm sure there was reshoots because everyone was afraid of the atheist book.
It was so it was so bad that I think I was young enough to actually be crying a little bit.
Oh
Like like literally they even cut out the end. Like
wow.
they chopped up like they were so sure that they weren't going to get a sequel that they just chopped off the end where I don't know if anyone's actually going to read this. Like this is actually a spoiler warning. Like I'm going to give you like 5 seconds to turn your to mute for about 30 seconds. Okay. Like at the very end, one of the main characters is literally kidnapped through a portal by one of the people that you think is going to like this is the person that they're all here for. And he
Yeah.
kidnaps a child and takes him through this portal and the next book starts up where that left off. But instead they just end with them on a zeppelin riding off into the sunset in the movie.
Yeah. How's anybody gonna know when your spoilers are done and they can unmute?
I told them to give it 30 seconds.
Oh,
I
okay.
told them to unpause after 30 seconds.
Okay. Um,
It was so sad. And I was like,
yeah.
no, no. Not only do they know it's bad, but they're still making it and they're ruining everything.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I've never believed in a movie that I think would be a good adaptation from a book.
I think I lost all faith in movies when I saw a movie called Pathfinder in theaters. It's a Carl Urban movie where he is a Viking child that is left on the shores of Native America, or of America, and the Native Americans raise him.
Okay?
So it's Indians versus Vikings essentially,
Oh.
which sounds great on paper.
No, it doesn't.
You don't think so? I think it's a pretty cool premise.
No.
Um, and the movie features a retarded Indian who speaks through pan flute,
Oh.
and a woman who I think her special power was that she was a woman, and Carl Urban, and they're killing Vikings.
Oh. Well, see,
But
Dan.
that's giving it too much credit. Even that sentence is giving it too much credit. Like it
Yes.
actually did that.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
Dan QZ, the thing about the Last Airbender movie is that there was no movie. You feel me? There never was a Last Airbender movie.
yeah, there was, and it was
No,
shit.
no, no, Odell, there never was. A
No,
Last Airbender movie.
this is the problem. If you deny that it exists, other things like that can. It has to exist so that people understand we cannot make movies out of every fucking thing that's great.
We can't keep around every annal of history, Odell. It has to be destroyed.
All right, you won me over with that.
There was no movie.
Yeah. Um,
Oh, God. Ugh, boy. I mean, th-
Vikings discovered the Americas
yeah.
before Christopher Columbus.
I don't think you said South Asia, did you?
No, I did most certainly did not say South Asia.
I didn't think you said South Asia.
I said Native Americans, as a
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they were all over. Like, there's.
Yeah.
Although, I'm not sure how they would leave a baby anywhere, but that's fine.
I think there's some kind of battle or a storm or something.
Why was there a baby on a ship?
Vikings. Yeah.
Just rowing the way to South America.
Yeah. Yeah. South Asia. I
South
don't know.
Asia.
Uh, yeah. Dan is making a very excellent point that like even Ninja Turtles can be thrown in there. Didn't need a remake of that. These Disney movies, none of these need remakes. Guess what? The movie already existed in a perfect format. It was called Beauty and the Beast. It was called Sleeping Beauty. It was called Cinderella. Like, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. Trust me.
Stop it.
You
Stop it,
don't,
stop it, stop it.
you don't have to do that to us. So, yeah.
Yes, yes, Glenn. Very interesting.
What's Glenn saying in
Very.
his
He
Sputnik talk?
he literally said very interesting.
Oh,
That's what that means.
nice. Okay, let's.
Sputnik. We should probably go. I have to actually
Yeah.
go. I actually have to go pick him up from work.
Okay, let's call it a day.
Okay.
All right, I hope you guys enjoyed listening to us at first and then just stuck around because you had nothing better to do.
And I'm glad that you stuck around after we said we were closing the stream
Yeah,
and
yeah.
didn't for another 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's how those things work. Okay.
All right. I love you all, and so does he probably, but not as much as I do.
It's up there.
Bye.
Bye, guys.